Hello, my name is Cher,
And I'm Davey.
and this is Spooky Dooky,
Episode 3.
episode 3. Well, thank you guys all for listening. We've had a fun time so far.
Yeah, having a great time.
So, Davey, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. We have to make a public apology for the first time.
We do.
I didn't think that
So early in our career.
I didn't think we'd have to do it so early. So we publicly apologize for not having our microphones.
Last episode.
The last episode.
Sure.
Yeah, we specifically apologize to our editor-in-chief, Rick.
Yeah, he put a lot of work into making sure that it sounded decent. So.
Yes, and he's been doing a great job. So we just wanted to make a public apology already.
He's over there.
Yeah. All right, Davey, are you ready for today's episode?
I am. I'm ready. I've been thinking about this one a lot because less ghosts in this one, but more actual scary stuff. So.
Yes. So I am, before we're going to start, I am probably going to say like content warning,
Probably.
there is going to be SA, there is going to be SI, so schmood, and there's going to be mud.
Are we really not allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yep. So if you are squeamish, probably not the episode for you, but It is very interesting. So yeah, we will just buckle up, get into my fancy dancy time machine, and come back with me.
All right.
So we are going to the Deselms House. It is now a fine art gallery, as well as it has apartments too. So this was built in the late 1870s, early 1880s, and it was built for the Union Pacific doctor. So what's kind of fun is we did the depot for our last episode, and we're still kind of continuing that.
I imagine that
trend.
Everything downtown is going to be connected to the depot in some way.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. So the doctor was Dr. Barkwell. This was kind of known as the first hospital of Cheyenne, which is really interesting. So Dr. Barkwell actually did pass away in the home itself. I know that probably many Union Pacific railroaders passed away in the home, so the home has had some lengthy histories with it.
Yeah.
So it was later on bought by a ranching family to have like a home in town, and that was the Welch family. What I thought was really cool is the kitchen was believed to have been built in the 1900s, but what the cool part of it, because I mean, like a kitchen, the kitchen was believed to be the first soup kitchen in Cheyenne.
Oh, that is cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So what kind of would happen was a lady would hand out the food from the back door to people in need, because this was during kind of the Great Depression time. The oldest son in the Welch family, his name was Jack, worked at a grocery store and would give the woman the leftover food and meat to give to others.
That's awesome. People should do that today.
They really should, especially right now.
Chucking it.
Yeah, and today's economy. So in October 22nd, 1965, things are going to get a little bit heavy. There was a lady named Lorna Herbert. She was 86 years old, and she lived upstairs. Unfortunately, Miss Herbert was murdered by Anthony Dean Blankership, who was in the 9th grade.
Oh, wow.
So not only was she murdered, she was SA'd as well. She was hit over the head and knocked unconscious. She was beaten, stabbed several times as well.
That's crazy.
I know. So that's really heartbreaking. The son discovered the body and took her to the hospital. And I believe from what I read, they took her to the DePaul's hospital.
Oh, okay.
So she did succumb to her injuries in the hospital. Dean confessed to the murder as soon as he was apprehended. So, some background on Dean: he had little parental supervision, was in foster care, parents were divorced when he was 7, he didn't get along with his stepfather, he had issues with drinking and petty theft.
As a ninth grader.
As a ninth grader.
Crazy.
Not a good time.
Yeah.
So in 1964, so a year before all of this happened with Miss Herbert, he was charged with sexual assault of an innocent 4-year-old girl. Only 1 year probation.
That's crazy. Why wouldn't they, I mean, at least give him like 5 years?
So the issue definitely comes when they're minors.
Yeah.
With certain crimes.
Which I guess I was thinking that ninth grade was younger than it is. Ninth grade is like 15.
You could argue that ninth grade is like 14
Sure.
to 15.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been like 14 years old.
Yeah, but even that, like, 14, 15, he's a teenager. Well,
definitely capable of knowing what he is doing.
I was thinking that ninth grade was younger than it is.
But it's still pretty young, for sure.
Still pretty young.
So, and the fact that someone that young is, doing these things to people, he didn't even know Miss Herbert.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the research that said he even knew Miss Herbert, that it was a premeditated thing, nothing. Like, I'm wondering if it was just kind of like one of those random things. He knew she lived alone, and it was kind of like an easy target.
Yeah. Well, it kind of feels like a bit of an escalation, too. He had previously already assaulted a child, moving up to an adult, but an adult who's like old enough that you can't really do anything about it.
A vulnerable adult.
Exactly.
Yeah. So 3 days after Mrs. Herbert was attacked, he was arrested for indecent exposure.
Oh, so he escalated again.
Yes. So the only reason he was arrested was because of indecent exposure.
Even though he confessed?
So after they arrested him, he confessed.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. So they didn't even know it was him. They said that he had no empathy for the situation, seemed very apathetic, kind of very facts-based, like, this is what I did. So I'm wondering, like sociopathic tendencies, psychopathic tendencies, like definitely something there for sure.
What year was this?
This was in 1965.
65? Okay. Did they have like fingerprints and stuff at the time? I guess even if they did, they wouldn't have had him on file because he was 15 years old. So.
No, and they probably wouldn't have his fingerprints even on file for the assault of the 4-year-old, because child cases are treated very differently.
Oh yeah, that's interesting that he had already done an assault and they still didn't have his fingerprints on file.
That we don't know of. We're speculating. This is speculation. So he was sent to the Wyoming State Hospital in Evanston for a psych eval. They were just like, this kid is showing no emotion. This is not normal. I can tell you, in today's day and age, that is not really normal to have, a child sent to the state hospital. So they found he was sound of mind and knew what he was doing. He was diagnosed with antisocial reaction and sexual deviation. He was sentenced to life in prison at Rollins Penitentiary.
Okay. In the 60s? And he was 15? Is he still there?
I looked him up. I can't find anything.
Okay.
And I'm almost wondering if I couldn't find anything because he was a child. Like, he was a minor.
Yeah.
So those are locked up. Yeah. So I really did try to find this. I tried to find any news articles. I'm wondering if we went to the library and went through, what are those called? Like the
public records?
Yeah, the public records, or the old newspapers.
The microfiche?
Yeah, the microfiche. Like, we could probably do that, but...
Well, that would tell us more about the crime, but it wouldn't tell us anything about what he's doing now. So
he technically could still be alive. That is a very real possibility.
I mean, he'd be pretty old. That he'd be like 75, but
that's not that old.
That's doable. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Buckle in. This one This one's wild, what I'm about to say. This is kind of a big thing that I never learned about until 3 months ago when one of my favorite podcasts actually talked about it.
Oh, nice.
It is the murder of Alan Ross. So, this was actually a huge murder that happened in 1995.
Okay.
It was featured on Dateline in 2005. So, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And we were alive.
Yeah, I would have been 9.
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't alive in 1995, but we were alive in 2005. So here is the backstory of Alan. Alan was a film producer living in Chicago. In 1992, Alan met a woman named Linda Green. The two fell in love, and Alan moved with Linda to Guthrie, Oklahoma. Alan continued contact with his family and friends with postcards, phone calls, all of that good stuff. He has a twin brother, or had a twin brother. His twin brother is still living. Yeah. So according to his twin brother, he was very communicative.
Okay.
However, Linda seemed pretty controlling, according to one of his friends, who he often did movies with.
Because he was a director or something? Right?
Well, he did film and stuff, and so he was filming a documentary in New Orleans. Christian Bauer, I think that's his last name, was the friend. They were filming a documentary in New Orleans, and Linda just randomly showed up. According to Christian, she was very belligerent, very controlling. He seemed extremely embarrassed that she was there in the first place. And they left. And he told Christian that they couldn't finish the movie. Linda had been married multiple times. So this was not her first marriage. I want to say, let me see if in my notes, how many marriages she had. I want to say that he was the third marriage that she had. So she had several husbands throughout her time. One of which she was still pretty good friends with. His name was Dennis Green. So here's the interesting thing about Linda. She was a leader of a cult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the cult's name is the Good Samaritan. I think it's a Good Samaritan cult or something like that. So yeah, it's Samaritan Group. It's Samaritan Group.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's called the Samaritan Group. She was a cult leader for that. They believed at one point she had 50 followers.
Wow.
This was a very interesting cult where they did not believe in electronics. They did not trust the government. They thought that if you talked through the phone, you could become a vampire. They only sent faxes and letters and things like that. So they also believed that you made a majority of your decisions through scrying or through, what are those called? Dowsing rods.
Okay.
Scrying is when someone holds a pendulum. It's a string or a chain with a pointy end on it. It usually is a crystal. They'll hold it still. They'll ask questions. If you swing this way, yes. If you swing this way, no. So that is how they made a lot of their decisions, was through scrying. That is how they ended up in Cheyenne, actually. They were like, where is the next place that we should live? And apparently the scrying pendulum landed on Cheyenne.
They just had a map?
They had a map, and that is how they got here. So Linda, Alan, I think she had her son at the time. Dennis Green is her ex-husband, and her friend Julia Williams all picked up and moved to Cheyenne to the Deselms House.
So what you're saying is that God wanted them to be in Cheyenne?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Or somebody,
a higher power, according to them. That was their belief. That was their belief. So it was a very interesting type of cult. Like I said, she had about 50 followers. At this point of living in Cheyenne, for a little bit, Alan stopped talking to his family. And that was not normal for Alan. Alan did not call his brother to say happy birthday, who was his twin. They did not hear from him for Christmas. They did not hear him for Thanksgiving, anything like that. Times when they would normally at least get a call or a card, they did not hear from him. The family got extremely concerned, and so they called a wellness check to the Cheyenne Police Department.
Yeah.
The police went there, knocked on the door, found nothing.
Were they like let in and they just didn't see him, or did they turn him away?
They went back several times.
Okay. So they probably just didn't let him in.
So the first time they just knocked on the door, was like, hey, where's Alan? Nothing at all. And so they were like, okay, this is weird. Could you please go back?
Yeah.
Cheyenne police officers were like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess we'll go back. They go in there, they look around the house, nothing.
They don't find him.
They don't find anything. After like a few years, still heard nothing from Alan at all. And a lot of this information I did actually get from the Dateline episode, so I'm going to be kind of talking about that a little bit.
Okay.
So his friend Christian Bauer was wondering, where the heck did my friend go?
Yeah.
And they thought the best way to find him was by using like a documentary, like creating a documentary to find Alan.
Oh, like
that was like his
they're in film, right?
They're in film. They're artists. They do all of that. I do want to say a side note, Alan had told his friends in the past and family how easy it would be to disappear. So the police were like, Alan just probably disappeared.
Why did he mention that to them?
Because he's just like, I could disappear one day and you would never know.
But why?
I don't know.
Like, what was his thought process?
He was an eclectic person. He was just a very interesting guy.
Because that's a weird thing to think about, or to even like mention for anyone. Like
randomly mention.
Like, it makes me think that it was a cry for help of some kind. Right? That like he was like, I want these people to not just like let me go or something.
Yeah, I'm stuck here against my will. So yeah.
Sorry, before you keep going, I have a clarifying question. Is this when she had like 50 followers, or no? In Cheyenne?
No, they weren't in Cheyenne. So the 50 followers were in Oklahoma. They had a base in Oklahoma, which is where a lot of people focus is on in their main place.
She had a cult that had like 50 followers, but they were living in Oklahoma and she wasn't with them. Interesting. She was in Cheyenne. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if she like went back and forth or anything like that. I didn't really look too much into it, but often when this story is told, the Oklahoma house is talked about, not this house.
Yeah.
It's been featured on, paranormal shows and podcasts, but the Oklahoma house.
Yeah, not this one.
Not this one.
Because that was where all the shit was going down, presumably, for sure. Yeah, so she had 50 followers and lived in Cheyenne, and crazy.
I don't know if she went back and forth or not.
I feel like she must have, because like a cult it's not just like self-sustaining. Like you have to be there and like be whipping them into shape or whatever. Right? Yeah.
So the Cheyenne police did actually receive a report from her ex-husband, Dennis Green, 3 months after Alan's disappearance, saying that Alan was not missing, but was murdered by Linda in the home, and he was in the basement.
How did Green know this?
Well, just you wait. Just you wait.
Okay.
You wait.
We'll see.
So the police didn't do anything.
They didn't follow up on that at all?
No, I think the most that they did again was just look around, and they're like, we don't see anything. There's nothing there. Police went to look and found nothing. Yeah, my notes even say that. So, like I said, 4 years later, family and friends looked for him using a documentary. During this time, they got a really weird facts from Linda that detailed that Dennis shot Alan and took him to the basement with bags of concrete. So they got a fax from Linda saying that. Just random.
Out of nowhere?
Just out of nowhere. Just weirdly out of nowhere one day.
It's funny how they like tell on
themselves, right?
Yes.
Like she was like, I don't need to tell anybody this, but I'm
gonna just start.
Yeah.
So some background on Linda. She was an RN, so a registered nurse. She was a writer. Like I said, she was the cult leader for Good Samaritan group. Believed in pendulums, fear of telephones, government. She met Alan, I think, in Chicago. That's how she met him. They were in love, apparently. They said that he was very happy. She was very charismatic. However, the further that we go down, we'll be like, how the heck was this lady charismatic? Like, how did she do this?
Yeah.
So I want to also say that, let's see, I lost my train of thought here. During the time as well, like 3 months after Alan passed away, or not passed away, sorry, we don't know, he's gone.
Yeah.
3 months after Alan vanished, a woman committed SI because Linda said she was evil.
Interesting. That's crazy.
In Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, part of the cult?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Threw herself in front of a train. So
if it was just like a random person, that's like insane. But it was part of her cult. This person already believes that she's like God or whatever, right? So
yeah, like a higher being.
Yeah.
So it just kind of shows her reach, like her level of influence.
Yeah.
For everybody. So during this time that, again, they were trying to make this documentary, they went to Oklahoma and found Alan's camera. Apparently, one of her neighbors had the camera. They asked her, like, who gave this to you? And they were like, a blonde lady did. And that is Linda. Linda was blonde. And so Alan would not go anywhere without his camera. He was an artist. He was a cameraman. Why would he not have his camera?
Well, and why did he, assuming that he's the one who gave it to Linda, give it to just like some random person that he doesn't know? Right?
Exactly. So then they were like, no one has really looked at the headquarters for this cult for Alan. We're going to go there.
How did they discover that the neighbor had the camera?
I think that they went to where Linda used to live. I think they went around the homes and asked around the
neighbor
homes.
was probably like, she gave me this camera. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So then they went to the old building in Oklahoma where it was kind of the center for the cult. They did see that there was new concrete in the basement. So they were like, that's weird.
It's almost like they told us that they were going down to the basement with new concrete. You know?
Yes, but this is in Oklahoma, not Cheyenne.
Right.
Yeah, but kind of connecting, right?
That is interesting. Why, like, did people also die in Oklahoma?
I don't know. I don't know. They didn't find any bodies. They did not find his body.
No.
They didn't. Yeah, they did not find it. But they did find his car outside. Again, they're like, he just would not leave.
Yeah, she's ditching his stuff, right? Yeah, she's trying to get rid of evidence.
So they had been trying to get in touch with Linda, especially after getting this letter that says Dennis did it. It's almost like Clue. It's like Colonel Mustard, you know, the dining room with a candlestick.
Well, like I said, it's just so funny because like they never would have even thought to check like the fresh cement in the basement or whatever, except for the fact that she told them to do that.
Yeah, she's like, hey, guess what? There's fresh concrete.
I wonder why. Ooh.
I wonder why. So Linda finally got in touch with them. Like, she did a whole interview for Dateline.
Reached out to
Yeah, she reached out to them. Linda, at this point, is not doing well mentally. According to her family, she was a severe alcoholic. They actually had her committed into a mental institution as well because she would say that she could hear things and she drank to kind of hide the voices.
She was probably always hiding voices.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes. So, especially because she believes that, vampires are going to come through the phone and the government is coming to get me.
Yeah.
And
she's been hearing stuff for a while.
She has been hearing things for a little bit. So she told them. She is giving such conflicting, like, reports. So first of all, we're saying Dennis did it. He had concrete. He brought him down to the basement in Cheyenne. Now she's saying that the specialist killed him because he was under mind control. And the only way to set Alan free is by killing him.
Is through death.
She cannot tell you more information. She cannot tell you about the specialist.
She doesn't elaborate on who the specialist is?
She can't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is all she would say. So it's kind of weird. She initially was like, Dennis did it. Now the specialist did it. So they decided to go back to Cheyenne and meet with the police. The police were like, guys, we are not finding anything. Yeah. This is 4 years later, mind you. This is not during the time period that this happened, which was 1995.
Yeah.
This
is almost 2000.
It was 2000. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was actually 2000. Mm-hmm. So they went back. The police were like, no. So finally the brother asked the Cheyenne detective, like, please, like, this isn't right.
Somebody has to do something.
Somebody has to do something. Brother doesn't just disappear. Here's all the facts. This is literally what they said. Also, let's talk about how Dennis said, hey, Linda killed him and he's in the basement.
Like, he told you what happened like 4 years ago.
Yes, and then Linda is saying, hey, Dennis killed him and he's in the basement. Why aren't we looking? Yeah. So the detective went down. He's like, okay, we're going to look. He found a black Converse shoe in a crawl space underneath thin concrete. 4 years later.
That's especially wild to me that they went through all the effort to bury him in fresh concrete, and then they didn't make sure to bury his whole everything. Like, they could have just like shoved the shoe down in there and it would have probably stayed.
Yep. Crazy. But here is my problem. I'm going to tell you my problem. How many times was this house searched?
Well, yeah, and they just didn't go in the crawl spaces because
they didn't look.
They weren't trying that hard.
They were not trying that hard.
The crawl spaces, I feel like, is the first place that you check if you're looking for like stuff that people don't want to be found, right?
Especially in these whole old houses. Like, we have crawl spaces everywhere. I have a well in my basement. So Matt goes missing. I'm just kidding. But like, seriously,
fresh concrete.
Look for the fresh concrete. And everybody has been saying, basement, concrete. He saw a shoe poking up.
It was still there.
It was still there.
Nobody even looked before.
And so they did find Linda again in New Orleans. She said that she saw Dennis kill Alan after Thanksgiving. Actually, it was November 22nd, and my birthday is November 21st. So November 22nd, 1995 is when they say that Alan was killed. And she said she saw Dennis kill him after an argument over money, saying that Alan was trying to sell her books because she was a writer, and Dennis had an argument with him and shot him. And then told her that if you say anything, I'm going to shoot and kill you too. Okay?
Except for the facts that she said.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Yeah, exactly. So she's gone back again, though.
Yeah.
So she says, Dennis did it. Specialist did it. Now we're back to Dennis.
Nobody bought the specialist.
Nobody thought,
nobody thought the specialist was that interesting.
So unfortunately, she died in 2002 of liver failure before she could be indicted of anything. So there's another adult in the home. Do you remember me talking about 3 adults in the home? Well, actually, it'd be 4 adults, technically, if we count Alan.
I think so. Yeah. Because we're counting the original doctor guy, right?
No. So when I say 3 adults, I'm saying there was Linda, Dennis, her ex-husband, there was Alan, and her bestie, Julia Williams.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were talking about...
No, you're good, though. So Julia also gave really weird, kind of conflicting stories. And so finally, they got her to confess. She said she was upstairs and heard a gunshot. She came downstairs and she heard another shot, and she said that she saw Dennis standing above Alan. And she said that Dennis told her that if she said anything, she would be the one who got in trouble. She would be the one who got blamed. So it's just very interesting. I do want to say that Linda and and Julia are both saying Dennis.
Yeah, that's 2 people voting Dennis.
2 people voting Dennis. However, Julia was also one of her followers.
Right.
But
her testimony is probably just going to match whatever Julia or whatever
Linda says.
Yeah.
But I do want to say they found that Alan was shot with a 9mm revolver.
Okay.
To which Linda owned a 9mm revolver.
Which, like, that doesn't disprove that Dennis did it.
Mm-mm.
Dennis could have been the one to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I feel like all of them were involved in this cover-up.
It was all, I think it was a whole thing. And the reason I think partially it was a whole thing, first of all, Dennis was unwilling to speak to Dateline. He didn't want anything to do with that, which, I mean, okay, that is what it is.
Fine.
Like, you don't want to interview.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is kind of incriminating.
Mm-hmm. But he did a lie detector test and he failed it.
Lie detector tests are unreliable.
They are. Yeah. But back in the day, they used those.
Yeah, that was admissible in court back in the day.
Mm-hmm. So in 2004, they believe, like the police believe, that the 3 people in the house were potentially, you know, culpable. Yeah, for this. So Julia Williams did end up coming forward to the police. She said that she carried the body down the stairs. Like, she helped them carry the body, or helped Dennis, she's saying Dennis, carry the body down the stairs. So prosecutors did conclude, though, they believe that Linda did it.
Okay.
They believe that Linda did it because it was her gun.
Yeah.
Apparently Alan was trying to get out.
Trying to leave.
He was trying to leave. They think that is why she might have done it, like out of crime of passion, which I'm gonna go into detail in a little bit of how, like, coroner's office, you know, said about his body. Like, it's pretty brutal, like, what happened to him. It was more than a gunshot, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So they do believe that it was her gun. They believe that it was like a crime of passion. They used Dennis Green as a key witness.
Okay.
As well. So Dennis said that he just so happened to be not in the house when this happened.
Okay. They just exonerated Dennis completely. Mm-hmm. They were like, you didn't do anything?
Yep.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So I am going to say that Alan's friends and family are extremely angry about this.
I believe it. I would be.
He just so happened to not be home.
Yeah, he just so happened to not be home, and we're just going to believe him when he says that.
Even though 2 people said that he was, and somehow Dennis knew.
Yeah, like exactly. Well, he sent that letter or whatever.
Or he said 3 months later.
Yeah, he said that Linda did it. So, like, he obviously knew about it. Even if he technically or, like, conveniently wasn't home at the exact moment, he knew what happened. He must have come home, either, like, seen them doing it or heard about it after, or just did it.
Or helped.
Probably
or,
it was
all 3 of them.
Yeah, honestly.
So Dennis said that he came home. He was like, hey, where's Linda? Where's Alan? First of all, can I just say how weird it is that you're living with your ex and
this whole situation is
just bonkers.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's a cult, right? Like, of course it's super weird.
So Linda said to Dennis that Alan ran away. Okay.
But she didn't.
Just like
Dennis knew what happened to her. So this is all a lie too. What?
Yep. Just like how a little kid's dog just suddenly ran away. Alan ran away.
Went to a farm upstate.
Yeah.
You know, where he's going to chase cows for the rest of his life.
Okay, so then Dennis received a fax from Linda accusing Dennis of murder. And he was like, it wasn't me. Linda is just sending all of these faxes.
Or innocent Dennis is just getting caught in the crossfire here.
I think what did really bring it at home, though, was her son did testify against her. Linda's passed away at this point. This is 2004.
Yeah.
I do want to say what's kind of cool about the Dateline episode is partially filmed in the Cheyenne courthouse, and I know exactly the courtroom that they filmed it in, and that's kind of fun. Yeah. So we'll have to watch that together.
Yeah, we should watch it.
So the son did testify against Linda, saying she carried a gun, and that was her gun. And yeah.
It's just not enough evidence. Anybody in the house could have had access to that.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis could have had access to it. Julia, her son, apparently knew everything about it. So
he was a child. So he. I mean, he was a child. He's not even in the suspect list. But yeah. So another reason that they believe that Linda did it as well was the state of how they found Alan. So this is going to be a warning to everybody listening.
Content warning.
Content warning. So it was found that Alan had been tortured.
Oh.
His genitals were cut off.
Okay.
And he was shot point blank in the back of the head, but it had shown that he was tortured before.
Okay.
Linda believed that the only way to kill a zombie was to cut its genitals off.
Interesting. So she probably like caught him on the phone or something, right? But it's also like he was obviously trying to leave the cult, which could have possibly destabilized the whole thing if he actually like got out, or if he started telling people on the outside what was going on, it's easy to believe that Linda, within her own like story that she had made up, was like justifying this murder because she was like, oh, he's a vampire now or whatever.
Or a zombie or
but it's
whatever.
Also, it's equally as likely that she was just being pragmatic. She was like, he's going to leave. Can't let him do that. He's got to die.
Controlling.
Yeah.
So they think that Linda confronted him, that he was wanting to leave, like we said. She shot him. He didn't die right away. They believe that Julia and Linda drug him downstairs to the crawl space, did what they did, and then covered him in concrete.
So was he still alive when they covered him in concrete? Okay. Yeah.
No, but he had never left the house. November 22nd, 1995. That was it. So Julia's defense team, they gave them an opportunity to defend. They did not. They said that they didn't have any witnesses. They didn't have any defense. Their defense was basically saying, there is no way to prove that my client was involved in this. There is no way to prove that she wasn't. Like,
yeah. Yeah, like there's no witnesses except for the people who were supposedly involved.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
If some people were doing their job,
there probably would have been.
There probably would have been.
Yeah.
There probably would have been. So Julia was deemed guilty for 18 months in prison. That's it. She is still potentially living here.
She lives in this town? Interesting.
I think she changed her name.
I mean, if anybody is actually innocent, it's probably her. Like, it was either Linda or Dennis, I feel like. Nobody was throwing blame at her.
She was guilty for, what is the word? She was guilty for accessory to murder.
Yeah.
So not the murder itself. However, no one and nobody probably ever will be charged with murder. Alan.
Well, they can't be because the people who would have been are probably dead now. Except for, is Dennis?
No, Dennis would still be alive. Julia, I mean, that was 1995. So the reason Linda passed away, she died of liver failure due to excessive alcoholism. Yeah. And so that is how she passed away. Side note, she weirdly changed her name to Genevieve too when she moved.
Huh.
Which is weird too. Like, what are you hiding?
A lot.
I also think she's just very mentally ill.
Well, that's true as well.
She was.
So Dennis is probably still alive. Is he also living here still?
No, I think he was from Oklahoma.
Oh, so he went back. Well, he was the one. No, it was Alan, the one that had all the family.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, from Chicago and stuff. And so, I mean, at least they were able to put him to rest.
Yeah.
They were able to at least know what happened to him, partially.
Sure. Why did they think that Dennis was so innocent? Like, what could possibly have convinced him?
No idea. I don't know. He's all like, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that A, Linda was a cult leader, and B, Linda was extremely mentally ill. And so they were like, oh, well, all signs lead to Linda.
Super easy dependent on her.
No,
and doing so would also take down a cult. So it feels like a 2-for-1, you know? Makes sense.
So I did learn that this was an extension of the cult in Waco.
Okay.
Like, not the same cult, but it was like a branch.
It was like the same people?
Yeah, so I'm almost wondering, because think about it, Waco would have been around that time, right?
I don't know.
Do you know about Waco?
Not really.
Okay, there was a cult.
Heard of it.
There was a huge shootout. It all ended really badly.
Yeah.
I don't know when that happened. We might need to look into that. But I'm wondering if everybody was like, we don't want this to be a Waco. We don't,
probably,
we just want this to.
They wanted it to end as quickly and easily as possible.
Which I theorize Cheyenne probably wanted to end as quickly and easily as possible, and don't look too much into the fact that we didn't look too much into things.
I'm sure that there were plenty of police officers who were like, we need this to go away before they start subpoenaing us, because then we're going to have to tell them that we didn't do call about this.
And I do want to say there are a lot of really great police officers, there's a lot of great police officers. Things happen, but this was a ball that was dropped big. But how do we never...
Show me an opportunity where they didn't drop the ball, and then I'll be like, okay.
No, absolutely. I do want to say, how did we never hear about this our entire lives?
We were just too young, I guess. Because
our parents had no idea. I asked my mom.
Well, yeah, but they probably just weren't interested in this kind of thing. Because, it's pretty gruesome. And, I guess, it happens in your own town, so maybe there's, some amount of curiosity there, but at the same time, I just don't think that people looked into stuff like this back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't even find out about it till 3 months ago, which was kind of serendipity.
That is crazy.
It was really weird.
Because, didn't hear about this at all through all of high school or anything else when I was actually, old enough to hear about it,
Yeah.
But my parents aren't from here, so...
Yeah, mine aren't either, technically. But we lived here. We both did.
We were here. They were here at the time when it happened, but
Yeah. Shut up. Some AMSR.
AMSR.
It's not AMSR.
It's ASMR.
ASMR. Okay. Anywho, all right. Do we want to talk about the ghosties?
Yes, time to get to the ghosts.
Cool. Let's get to the ghosts.
The reason we're all here.
We're all here for the ghosts. Okay, so we did go there, which we'll get into that in a second. We got some pretty good. I think some good stuff. You were like, Anyway, so there is a ghost story. There is a book. Am I allowed to talk about that book that we get a lot of our things from?
We should cite it, honestly, because it's a source.
Yeah, it is a source. So Haunted Cheyenne by Jill Pope is the Bible of ghost stories in Cheyenne.
Every article online, they will cite Jill Pope.
So these ghost stories are from Jill Pope, and it just makes me laugh. It's just I can't find anything but Jill Pope.
The first 5 sources when I was looking at the depot were all citing this book by Jill Pope.
Yes. So anyway, according to Jill Pope, a medium went upstairs to where the Mrs. Herbert unfortunately was attacked, and said a woman was hiding up there, an older woman, and that she was afraid, and she asked the medium to go away. So the medium left. She was like, I'm going to give you space, This is during the time that it was now the Deselms Fine Art Gallery. Actually, during the whole I don't want to say garbage, but the whole thing with Alan, the Deselms were getting into business at this time, because 2001 is when they started.
Yeah.
So this was all unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
But they apparently didn't know about Mrs. Herbert until the medium told him about it. He did know about Alan Ross, but he did not know about Mrs. Herbert.
It makes sense because it happened in the 60s, right? There would be no way of knowing about it.
Yeah, my dad was born in 1965, so.
Yeah.
Mr. Deselms did not know about Mrs. Herbert. So he did seem a little bit younger when we were talking to him.
Yeah.
So in 2007, I love this. This makes me so happy. So tenants upstairs reported to seeing a ghost cat.
Ghost cat?
I want a ghost cat.
Do you?
No. I would be really scared. I would be really.
Cat,
yeah, but I don't know.
How malevolent can a cat?
Have you met my cat?
Oh yeah.
Fig. Fig. Imagine Fig as a cat. As
like
a ghost cat.
if you had a cat, but it also hated you on purpose.
Yeah.
That would be a problem.
Oof, yeah. I think in my old apartment in Laramie, I had a ghost cat.
I don't think that's probably true.
I do. I think
you had a real cat, is what you had.
My real cat would be laying on my lap, and then something would come by. Maybe I'm drinking too much.
Was it a ghost cat?
It was a ghost cat. It was the specter. It was the specter of a ghost cat. Okay, so I think it probably wouldn't be fun. You're right. I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Okay, any ghost of any type would scare the crap out of me. Even a ghost dog, and I love dogs.
Great.
It's grim. Okay, so a man who owned a business connected to the Deselms house apparently could hear moaning in the basement 5 years before Alan was found.
5 years before he was found, but he was dead already. So this would have been 95?
Yeah.
When he was killed?
Yeah. So
Wild.
he could hear like moaning and groaning, and I think he was.
I'm sure he was.
He probably
we would know if he wasn't dead because he would have concrete in his lungs, which would have been indication.
He did. Yeah, he did not. He was very much so passed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the man who owned it was connected through the old Cheyenne tunnels, apparently. Like one of the tunnels like connected it, and he could hear moaning. And he remembers telling his wife, like, hey, there's moaning in the basement. And they were just like, well, that's scary.
If there's a tunnel into the basement though, could it not have just been like a guy in the tunnel?
I don't know. I think that it was a cry for help.
Just, devil's advocate here.
I'm kind of worried now about the moaning, though. Like, what is it, you?
No, it wasn't me. But it could have been just like a guy in the tunnel.
Stomach ache.
Doing something.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Maybe he was moaning on purpose to try to scare them. Maybe he wanted to buy the house and he's a Scooby-Doo villain.
That's true, but I have a different opinion, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so did you meet the Cheyenne paranormal investigators?
Yeah.
Okay, so CPI conducted.
Cool people. I like them a lot.
We want to get them on the show. We really do.
They told us they would take us to the Atlas, so we're going to do that sometime in the summer, probably.
Yeah, I think that would be a good time.
Yeah.
So CPI conducted an investigation of the Deselms house. They set up all of their equipment, EMF, which is that fun little blinky thing that I've been showing. That we have. That when it says that electromagnetic fields will come up to it and it'll blink, and so if a spirit touches it, then it lets off electromagnetic fields and makes it blink. I believe that.
Sure.
So they had all of that good stuff. They have a lot more stuff than us because we're just like starting out. So they said that they heard whispering in their ear, felt a breeze, at one point heard metal banging. They were upstairs. Two investigators were upstairs, and as one passed the apartment door where Mrs. Herbert lived, the door unlocked and opened.
Wild.
Apparently, the tenants who lived there at the time said that would happen all of the time.
That would just happen.
That would happen all of the time. So, also during the investigation, all the lights were turned off, and then they turned back on their own. So, they said that they caught a lot of interesting activity, like on a camera. They were in the living room where they believe that Alan was shot. And they said that there was a shadow that like darted across. I'm curious where the living room.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because it's all obviously an art gallery now, so none of the rooms have like identifying features. So it made me. I was immediately thinking the same thought. I was like, which room was the living room?
I think we were in the living room.
I don't think so. It was probably the first room right there by the door,
which is where we were standing.
where we were standing in the door frame.
That's true.
We were kind of in both rooms.
Okay, so we did go.
Supposed to be like
Conduits?
Yeah, between different layers of reality or whatever, right?
I don't like that, especially about what we're going to talk about. So we went to the Deselms House, which we really appreciate Mr. Deselms for allowing us to looking at it, coming and checking it out. He was very welcoming, very open. That doesn't say go there and bug people.
But you should go there and buy some art.
You should go there and buy some art.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, such beautiful art.
I wish that I had $5,000 to buy a bunch of art.
He also does framing as well. He is the curator of all those gorgeous bronze statues that we have throughout town, like downtown. He is a very talented individual. But yeah, all of the art was just really cool.
Super cool.
And then we met an amazing little dog named Dot.
Very cute dog.
The dog was nice. However, we did what's called the Estes method.
Right.
So the Estes method was created in Estes, Colorado, just so you know.
Least haunted town in the country.
Okay. We'll talk. Anywho, so it was created in Estes, Colorado. It is where you will listen to kind of like radio waves. So it makes, I can even pull it up right here on my phone. It makes like a fun, like, sound. That's the best way I can describe it, because it goes through a whole bunch of radios. So that's what it sounds like. So what Davey and I did was each of us put headphones on, and you are going to see the clip of this. So we put headphones on, and Davey first off stepped out of the room, put his headphones like on his ears, covered his eyes. I asked questions. We got some weird stuff, I thought.
Sure.
So as soon as Davey puts it on, he says pain or panic. I can't remember which one, but you'll see it all in the video.
Yeah, it'll probably be already on right now.
All right, Davey, we're gonna try something new. And you as a skeptic might not believe this, but this is what's called the Estes method. And it's going to go through a whole bunch of radio frequencies, and I'm going to ask some questions. I want you to cover your eyes, and I want you to just say what you hear. So don't, put your hands over your ears when I give you this though. Okay. So let me get it set up. So I am using an app for this, which again, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. It's not exactly verified. I don't think any of this can be, so that's fine.
Okay. Good point. Okay. So we're going to put these cute little pink headphones on your head. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I still kind of hear you. Should I step back a little bit maybe?
Yeah, you can step back a little bit. Okay. And close your eyes. Okay, is anybody here with us?
Panic. Bold.
Okay. Have you been here a while? How long have you been here?
Damn.
Are you in this room with us? Did you live here?
Late?
You lived here later? So my name is Cher, and that's Davey. And we're just here to chat with you today. You can talk to Davey and through my phone, and this is a device that we can use to talk. Is that okay?
Away?
Do you want us to go away? Are you a man or a female? Can you talk to Davey?
Mad?
Okay, I'm sure that there is a lot of anger here. Is this Alan? Is this Alan Ross? Alan, if you're here, can you talk to Davey? Okay, well, if you don't talk to us, we can't.
My name is.
What's your name? What's your name? Okay, I'm gonna stop.
It's watching.
That was weird.
There was a lot of like just little tiny clips of sounds that weren't really words.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it. Should I try it?
I think you should.
Sure.
Okay. That's really weird.
That was terrifying.
You-
My name is.
Yeah.
Did you
I'll
have-
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
There's someone here with us.
Get out.
Oh, you not want us to be here?
Over here,
Where?
please.
In that other room, or in this room? Somewhere else.
Something.
Something else. Are you downstairs? In the basement? Are you upstairs?
Watch out. Did.
Did what? What'd you do?
Watch.
You watched? What did you watch?
Mom.
Mom. What did your mom do that you watched her do?
Suspect.
Suspect with what? What she do?
Help.
Help with what? Who do you help?
Going after.
Going after who?
Here.
In here, in this place?
Back. Jump.
Jump.
Shut up.
You want us to stop talking to you? You want us to stop talking to you? Are you going to stop talking to us?
Run.
Okay, maybe we should run.
But I thought it was really interesting that I was asking you questions and you were answering them.
Sure. I am not sure that because again, it's impossible to prove that it's actually spirits that are doing this, right? It is entirely possible that it is random, that it's just flipping between radios and sometimes you catch a snippet of a word. Most of the snippets were complete gibberish, completely unintelligible, not words at all. And so you can even probably see in the video that I was having some difficulty answering some of these questions because what I was hearing was like nothing. It was like,
yeah.
So sure, you can believe that ghosts are capable of manipulating electromagnetic energy. I don't really know where that theory comes from in the first place, because that is what a lot of modern ghost hunting techniques seem to rely on, is this idea that ghosts can manipulate electric energy, electric fields. And in doing so, they can, the EMF is the same way. There is no possible way of proving that that's true. So, it's kind of fun. It sounds cool. It's kind of spooky,
Did you get spooked?
No.
No.
But
I was very scared.
we have no idea if that was anything at all.
Well, you know what I think, because I got really scared.
Yeah, you were very scared.
I was very, very scared. We had to go get a drink after, and his wife was terrified too.
Yeah.
I heard a growl, which was kind of scary.
Was it Dot?
No, it was definitely not Dot.
So
it was not Dot. Dot was our little protector the whole time, though. But no, it was not Dot. And I heard a man and a woman's voice, and you just heard.
I only ever heard a man, yeah.
So I thought it was interesting. I want to do that again, especially for our next episode. I want to do it again with the EMF detector because we forgot about the EMF detector, but I also didn't want to impose because we already were like walking around.
Which, like, there was nobody else there, so maybe it was fine. But you're right. It is a public place, you know, we try to run a business. But I do want to try it again because I think that what will be interesting, especially since we are recording it, is to look back at the questions that are asked, the answers that are given, and kind of, you know, get like trends. Are we seeing like fairly consistent answers to these questions, or is it mostly random? Are we seeing like words that are relevant to the specific ghost that we're talking to, or are they mostly random? Are they mostly just words that we kind of put our own meaning behind? Or are they words that are relevant, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very good point. I feel like that would make it a lot easier for us to deduce if it was real or not. I think it was spooky. It was not Dooky, but you think it's Dooky.
Yeah, but I mean, that's my job.
I would say this one's been very interesting, though.
It was interesting. So, okay, so the original Doctor Man died in the house.
Yes.
So did the old woman,
Mrs. Herbert.
And so did Alan.
And so did probably many, many people from Union Pacific.
when it was a hospital.
Unfortunately, we were told the story of another young man who did pass away in 2020 upstairs.
Yeah.
So that is very unfortunate. I tried to find research on it and I didn't find anything. So
that's probably fine.
Yeah.
You know, that was not that long ago.
No, I don't feel like we need to get into it. But what we did find interesting is you almost lived there.
We did almost live there. When my wife and I were looking for an apartment in this town after moving out from my dad's place, we checked it out. We checked out the upstairs because it was for rent. It was super cute. I actually loved it a lot. I was like really in love with it. But we ultimately decided that it was too small. Really good for like a single person, not so good for two people. And so we didn't go for it.
Probably
and
for the best.
Probably
Probably,
my wife would certainly agree.
Yeah, probably for the best. Yeah.
I thought it was adorable. And it's like 2 blocks from downtown, which would have been so fun.
The location is definitely nice.
Yeah. And like I work downtown, could have walked to work, you know.
Could have gone to Carl's Jr.
I don't go to Carl's Jr., but
you
could have.
You could have. You have the beach, please.
Yeah. There's all kinds of fun places downtown.
Yeah. It has definitely been a fun rodeo for sure, getting to research all of these and seeing our connections to the places too. That's been kind of interesting, but
it's fun that it's all like local, you know. That makes it more interesting because we're like piecing together a tapestry of Cheyenne's entire history, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, things that we never knew about or things like that. And then gives us an opportunity, how we said to Mr. Deselms, this gives us an opportunity to be able to promote you.
Yeah.
Like, we want you guys to go to the Deselms House to buy the art. And
we want you to go to the Plains and stay there.
We want you to go to the Plains to stay there. And we want you to go to the depot to go to the museum and go to the coffee shop. So, like, I definitely think that this is, I didn't anticipate this to be a great opportunity to promote our town.
Yeah. But I love our town.
Yeah, I do too. It's been really interesting. But we are not going to be stuck in Cheyenne forever, meaning our stories.
Eventually we'll run out of stuff.
Yeah.
And we do plan to expand to the state of Wyoming because there's still not a very lot that covers the state of Wyoming.
Yep.
Our next one is going to be our first one outside of Cheyenne, actually. Should I tell them what it is, or should we wait?
I mean, you can. Just don't tell them, like, any information, because I don't know anything about it. I am scared. But
we are going to go to the Virginian Hotel, Medicine Bow. Super beautiful, super historic. I've already stayed there once, so I want to be doing the research on this one. And, yeah, I'm excited about it.
Matt will not be joining us this time because his haunted pancreas.
He's afraid of getting pancreatitis again.
Yeah. But it'll be scary.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, but I'm gonna be so scared.
It'll
the
be a
whole
great time, I'm
but-
sure.
Yeah. So thank you all for listening. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know that that's like the cliche thing to say, but you gotta
But
do
it works.
It does.
People wouldn't
it
say
works.
it didn't work.
It works.
So.
Do it. Do it. Anywho, so we are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, so we appreciate all of your guys' support so far. This has been fun.
Hopefully we'll have a TikTok soon also.
We are hoping for a TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok.
Follow us on TikTok. We're just hoping to expand as much as we can, but yeah. So my name is Cher.
And I'm Davey.
And this is Dooky.
Okay. Episode 3.
Episode 3. All right. Thank you guys.